I was talking about earlier, a lot of it's cultural, not just economics. And I think that the position Hillary Clinton, for example, took on abortion, late-term abortion's fine, federal funding, get rid of the Hyde Amendment, pushed too far. I think a lot of the people came out and voted in Pennsylvania, where I'm from, were pro-lifers. They just, with all Trump's problems, morally, personally, whatever, they didn't like Hillary's position. I think the party moved too far to the left on cultural issues.
Helene, the other interesting fact about the first 100 days is the most popular member of the Democratic Party is not a member. Bernie Sanders.
That's true. No, that's very true. And the left of the Democratic Party, as you know, loves him. I mean, in the last 100 days, I mean, we haven't seen. You said we're going to talk about the Democrats, and I was like, who are they again?
Yeah.
It's like they've completely disappeared. I certainly hope.
But they're more popular by right now than their Republican counterparts.
And they may well be in power again in a year, in 2 years. And I hope they're spending this time out in the wilderness, coming up with actual proposals and plans for what they're going to do, unlike the Republicans who spent their time in the wilderness talking about getting rid of health care and then didn't have a plan.
And I think the biggest problem for them is that it hasn't gotten better since Election Day. I mean, you go out and talk to Democrats, pick Trump, and they say that they're more embarrassed now. They can't imagine voting for a Democrat again, that nothing they've done since the election has seemed to address the reasons that they alienated this working class part of their base on Election Day.
That's exactly right. The Democrats were meant to be the party of the people, and instead Donald Trump really got elected as a man of the people. Argue with it all you want, but at the end of the day, they looked like the party of Beyonce. We saw that at the White House Correspondents' Dinner last night. They're the party of Beyonce and Barbara Streisand.
Beyonce.
Yeah, well.
No, seriously.
The Beehive will come for you.
She is not a political leader. Forgive me. She is not a woman who's going to fix the problems of the American people.
No, I mean, you ask a Democrat, including Bernie and Elizabeth Warren, all the big stars of the party now, you ask them, what's your position on illegal immigration? And they're offended by the question. They don't have a position. They don't have a position on bringing back manufacturing jobs. The reasons people voted for Trump, they don't even want to address, and they've got to have a counter agenda. I think a counter agenda right now would make a lot of sense. You know, they had a good bipartisan bill on immigration, a truly comprehensive bill that had 12 Republicans. Go back to that and say that's where we stand. We're not for throwing people out. We're for a reasonable, enforceable border patrol, and we're for stopping illegal hiring. We're for real things. Instead, they just think running against Trump is their solution. I think it's